Good evening, my addicts and fanatics. Today, we're going to be discussing how MLB players they get paid too much. They don't play the same anymore. They don't get the same stats. We're going to start by talking about something more recent, Manny Machado. He just signed 10 years, $300 million. This man is literally the highest paid player in sports now. And the average MLB game is 3 hours. You get 162 games per year, 486 hours per season. Divide 30 million by 486, you get $61,000 per hour for the next 10 years. 2018, for the average American, they get $10.50 minimum wage. And about 30% of Americans make minimum wage. Just compare $61,000 to $10.50. How is that fair by any means? 2018, the MVP was Mookie Betts. The man made $10 million, and the highest paid player made $34 million. That guy got a contract in 2014 for 7 years, I believe. $217 million, Clayton Kershaw. Then the next highest paid player, Mike Trout. He's understandable though, he kind of, does it all. Then the next 2 or 3 is David Price, Miguel Cabrera, and Yoenis Cespedes. First 2 made $30 million. The third one made $29 million. They didn't play 3 full seasons in the last season. None of them did. Yoenis Cespedes missed approximately 72 games 2 years ago, but then last year he missed virtually the entire season. Miguel Cabrera missed 3/4 the season, and they all got paid. In 1996, Albert Bell, this guy right here, he got a contract for 5 years, $55 million. He's the highest paid player in the league that year. Fast forward about 3 more years, we got 2 players. First guy, Bernie Williams, he got a 7-year contract for $87.5 million. Kevin Brown, he got 7 years, $105 million. And those two, they kind of raised the bar for sports contracts. We got a guy named Alex Rodriguez, aka A-Rod. This man got a 10-year, $252 million contract. And you can see the difference specifically from today, $48 million difference in the exact same amount of playtime. But then we talked about David Price, Miguel Cabrera, Yoenis Cespedes, Mike Trout, and Clayton Kershaw earlier. They're the highest paid players in the game. And there goes the visual aid. Now we're going to talk about performance. Clayton Kershaw, last year when he got paid $34 million, he had about 14 starts that were considered legit because he went past 6 innings. Then he had a 2.73 ERA. Mike Hampton, who got paid $120 million over 8 years, he went 33 games, 151 strikeouts, and 217 innings pitched when the year after his contract was signed. Clayton Kershaw's about 3 years in. I mean, injuries do play a part, but at the same time, his play is not the same as those guys back then at the same time. Then Bernie Williams, specifically compared to Alex Rodriguez. Alex Rodriguez played every single game, opposed to Bernie Williams, who still missed about 4, they were his off days and he chose. And then the difference is Bernie Williams got 25 home runs that year. Alex Rodriguez had more than double in 52. And that shows in the batting average though, because Alex Rodriguez was going more for power, obviously, because he also had a .318 batting average opposed to Bernie Williams' .342 batting average. So then that kind of shows how the dynamics of the game changed, the importance of what meant. But fast forward to Mike Trout, who played specifically last year. He played 140 games with 39 home runs and 79 RBIs. That means he only batted in 40 other people that weren't himself off of single shot home runs. But he also had a 3.12 batting average, and the difference with him and why he gets paid so much is because of speed, batting average, and power combination, opposed to back then when only power and batting average were taken into account. And with all that, some players do deserve every dollar they're paid. Some contracts, they're built for incentives. Some contracts are built for potential. And it seems these days, potential is more highly valued and paid for than proven. And that kind of shows why people in the MLB don't get paid the proper way today.